Hello and welcome. Today I'm just briefly going to take some time to talk about the prospect or the concept of giving up. Why it's important to not give up. Here's why. Look, today I made a post on my Instagram, which is at Ronald J. Cobb. So you can find me on Instagram that way. Today I made an Instagram post about how the concept of giving up is a temptation, and basically thoughts that worked you up to the point of giving up. You could also speak life and get out of the mindset of giving up as well. Both are possible. Both are true. You could talk yourself into giving up, and you could talk yourself out of giving up. But either way, the concept of giving up is a temptation. And it's not one that I think we think of very commonly, but it is one nonetheless. It is a very, very important one because in the past few days, I don't know, God has really blessed me and He's allowed me to do very, very well. But if I'm to be transparent, a few days ago, I was just heavily contemplating. I'm just like, I just want to give up. Not on life, but just on all the things that I'm doing because I have a lot going on. I was just like, I really want to give up. I just want to give up. It's just like, whatever. I want to give up. And I heard this from Dr. Broner just last night whenever my mom, she was watching this sermon of his, and then she just called me and she said, hey, listen to this. Had no idea that I was dealing with this, but she just said, hey, come watch this. And I watched it as he said, going across the screen. And I was like, wow, that is so amazing. I didn't realize that giving up and the concept of giving up is a temptation. But now that I know it is, I'm not going to do it. I refuse. I am not going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pressing. And I also encourage you to do the same. You see, the day before, I heard a sermon by Dr. Broner as well, Dr. Dale Broner. I heard a sermon from him as well, but in this sermon, he talked about what the word businessman means. He was saying, if you ever see anyone in business, you have to understand that it takes a ton of faith. Being in business is not easy because, for one, as I commonly tell people, no one gives you a job as an entrepreneur. If you decide to be an entrepreneur, you decide to be an entrepreneur on your own volition, but because nobody gives you a job as an entrepreneur. My school, the University of Florida, even though you can't get a job, you can't apply for a job in the field of entrepreneurship, offers a degree, a Master's of Science in Entrepreneurship. They offer that degree as though you can teach entrepreneurship in a class, which you can't. Okay, they offer that degree as though that's even going to give you some type of stability. But basically what I think that degree program seeks to do is it seeks to be able to, for people, I guess, interested in entrepreneurship, give them a little bit, a lot of the basics, and basically tell them about starting a business, how to start a business, what to go about, what to do. But ultimately, entrepreneurship is not about thinking, but it's more about doing. It is more about actually deciding to go ahead and say, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, that is what entrepreneurship is about. But as it pertains to this sermon, so back to that, he said, do you know what after polling the audience on this and saying, are there any business people in here? Are there any business people here? Raise your hand. Because look, I want to tell you something. Businessman in Hebrew translates to the Hebrew word omen is how it's pronounced. Omen, and it's spelled in English Ohmein, actually translates to, in English, man of faith. So one of the Hebrew words called omen is a Hebrew word for businessman. It translates to man of faith. So businessman in Hebrew means man of faith. And when I heard this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly it. This is true, because you have to have confidence when nobody else maybe does. I think that in business, my initial business partner wasn't truly as convinced of the business success as I was. I believe this because of just how things were. I feel like when I had faith, the other person didn't really have that much faith, right? But ultimately, that other person, their true desire was to go into the nursing field. But my desire, and now what I know that I am called to go out into the world and do, is be a businessman, is be a man of faith. I now know business is my calling. I found that out not long ago, but I now know it after years of working in the business world and the business arena. I now know that yes, business is my calling. That's actually amazing and fantastic. And so that I'm tremendously glad that I found out, because obviously that gave me more motivation moving forward in this field and actually being able to go and coach and mentor others. Okay. So after I found out that this meant man of faith, this is what I want to tell you. If you are an entrepreneur, a digital marketer, whatever else, whoever you are, if you're an entrepreneur, okay, understand this. To be an entrepreneur is to be a man or a woman of faith. That is the literal definition. To be a businessman or a businesswoman is to be a man or woman of faith. People with faith need to know it's not okay to give into the temptation to give up. Do not give up. If you last, there will be great reward in the end. Again, if you last, if you do not give up, there will be great reward in the end for something that I'm doing, because I haven't yet revealed that to people yet. So for something that I'm doing, I recorded an interview with Marquel Russell, the king of client attraction. This was yesterday afternoon. And this man has over $250 million in client success stories. As we're sitting down for our interview yesterday, I recalled a post that he made saying that it's not that he didn't really have troubles or hardships, but it's more so that he decided to never give up. Again, Marquel Russell, the king of client attraction, who has over $250 million in client success stories, said that it's not that he didn't face any trouble, but it was more so that, and all due to the fact that he did not give up. Tom Billio said that it's not also that other people didn't really have great ideas, or something along these lines at least. It's not so that other people didn't really have great ideas, but it's that he outlasted them. It is that he stayed till the end. It's that he stayed with his product, which he founded. He was the founder of Quest Nutrition. He said all he did was stay with it. And what I'm imploring you today, because in your business, you're going to have to stay with it. With your clients, you're going to have to stay with it. With your, I was about to say patience. Goodness graciousness. If you are someone in that industry, well then yes, if you have patience, you're going to have to stay with it. You're going to have to be patient. You are going to have to bear with it, even when things get hard. If you are unwilling to bear, if you are unwilling to last it out, if you are unwilling to stay and stick it out until the end, you will not see the reward which you seek. You will not be the person that God wants you to become. You will not fulfill that mission because you fell into Satan's temptation for you to throw in the towel and give up. Don't let that be you. I'm not going to let that be me. So I'm imploring you and telling you and deeply, deeply encouraging you. Literally sitting here fighting and interceding for you. Lord, don't let this person on the other side of the screen give up. Don't give up. It's not worth it. Riding through the pain and the adversity is hard. But also, settling for where you currently are is hard to. Choose your hard man and woman of faith. Choose your hard. If you are new to this channel, it's my duty and my goal to get you to like and subscribe. So like this video and subscribe, and also hit the bell notification so that you are notified every time a new upload occurs. Also, make sure that you go and find the podcast, The Belief Records. The Belief Records is basically everywhere where you can find podcasts. So make sure that you get in on that and listen to the awesome insight with the guests that we have on there and everything else. On that, we talk about so many different things, about business tips, all different types of things that you are not going to want to miss. So make sure that you do that. Bye-bye. I'll see you later.